Okay, so hello everyone. Now I can't see you, I see only my slides, but still. So my name is Katja Raitio and I come from JAMK University of Applied Sciences, Jyväskylä, Finland. And as Maria mentioned, I'm going to talk about gamification and games supporting co-production of e-learning material for mental health nursing. And yes, we will talk a little bit about this project called Strengo, where we have developed this material. The head of our project, Mark, is also online, so please, Mark, if I say something really stupid, so correct me. Okay. So I will first introduce you this Strengo project to give a picture what we have done and how we have done it. I'll tell a few words about gamification and serials and video games in mental health field. Then I will introduce these gamified Strengo activities and give you some of our participants' ideas about how to use gamification within mental health field. And finally, I will introduce Strengo e-learning hub, and you can go and get all the material from there. Okay, so let's start. What is Strengo project? So Strengo is abbreviation for this quite a long title, Strengthening Multi-Professional Competencies in Mental Health in an International Context through co-production with academics, students, service users, and professionals. And we have started September 2017, and our project was supposed to end 2 months ago, but because of COVID-19, it was prolonged until the end of February 2021. Focus in this project has been on the co-production and development of competencies for working collaboratively in mental health field. And you can see that there are 5 different countries participating to this project and 6 different universities. We have 2 universities of applied sciences from Finland, then University of Salford from England, Trinity College from Ireland, Vives University from Belgium, and University of West Attica from Greece. And the project participants has been students working in the mental health area, academics from our partner universities, service users, carers, and practitioners. And the output, what I'm going to present today, it is supposed to create e-learning materials and digital resources. And all the material, what we are doing during this project will be this kind of open source material for professionals and the wider community. So from this one output point of view, we wanted to know how games, sometimes referred to as serious games, and elements of gamification can be used in mental health care. We also wanted to know how to use games and gamification to increase engagement and collaboration and create new ways to work within mental health field. And also one of our interests is that how to gamify e-learning material. And the way how we have done this is project intensive weeks. So we have had 2 intensive weeks. Third one, which was supposed to be on May 2020, was cancelled because of COVID-19. But the idea has been that before intensive weeks, we have had pre-assignments for the project participants. And we have had this COPs, and then students and academics participating to do pre-assignments. During the intensive weeks, we have had certain themes which we have worked together. And it has been quite interesting that we have had students, service users, carers, professionals, and academics doing all those things together. And as a final product, we are going to have this e-learning material, which is open for everyone. Okay. So a few words about gamification and games used in mental health field. I don't know how much you know about this topic, but just to make it clear what we mean when we talk about gamification, it is quite novel concept, and it's good to remember that it's not only playing games, but more like adding this kind of game playing elements and attributes to everyday life. And quite often we use gamification to motivate, engage, and to increase problem-solving skills. Typically, gamification includes points, achievements. You can go from one level to another one, different kind of quests, competition, and quite often this fun element. We are doing things a little bit differently when we gamify them. It is said that the opposite of play is not work. The opposite of play is depression. And that has also been one idea during our project. We want to do things a little bit differently. One concept what we have used is the serious games, and it's a hypernym for games aiming to educate, advertise, simulate, or practice different kind of skills. And the one baseline for this output has been that we already have quite a lot of information and studies how to use games and video games supporting mental health nursing. Here are just some examples. We don't have time to go them all through, but you can see that you can use video games in really different ways. Okay. So what have we done? So now I will introduce some of our gamified strength activities during the intensive weeks. Intensive weeks have had 6 working days, and every day starts with some kind of icebreakers. And we have gamified the icebreakers. We have had really loads of different kind of games what we have done together, and of course some prizes for the winners. So it has been one way to motivate our participants to engage to our activities. We have also had lectures about gamification and games in mental health field. We have gone through the main concepts of gamification, and we have also talked about the studies related to gamification in mental health field. We have been thinking about how gamification could support collaboration and how to use games to support mental health promotion. Also, what it means to use games in families, or what games means in families and when we are working with families. And we are still having few more lectures about virtual reality, and of course something is coming about cyber security. We have had loads of different kind of gamified activities during our intensive weeks. Here are some examples. We have had workshops where we have tested our ideas about gamification. We have talked about our myths, attitudes, preconceptions about gamification. We have used quizzes, Kahoot, and example tested this kind of interactive wall where you can play games in a room having this interactive wall. We have also used this kind of ideas of gamification to innovate and get new ideas. Here is this case Mark Lab when we were in Belgium, and it was really interesting to see what happens when you ask a team of engineers to increase healthcare students' knowledge of mental health promotion. The idea was that we had 2 days time to develop something new related to mental health promotion, and there was loads of different kind of games and ideas of applications and tools to promote mental health promotion. But the idea was that we did something differently. We have also tested and evaluated different kind of games, digital games, computer games, paper games, used Legos, and what else? I don't even remember. But we have tested and thought like how we could use some different games to support our work within mental health nursing. We have also created games. We have had Legos, and we have asked our participants to develop games with Legos. I'll show you this video if I can.
So the topic that our group was working on is the concept of gamification in mental health. And a lot of people wouldn't know what gamification really means, or they might construe it as something that's not really in any way applicable to mental health practice or collaborative care. So our goal was to try and create some games, and we actually found some on the App Store, which was a big help, that would kind of help illuminate people what this emerging new concept is. So the one that we made ourselves, that I think we're most proud of, is Beerless Pong, which is just as fun as the beer pong version, I can guarantee you that. The objective is very simple. You take a little piece of Play-Doh, and you throw it in here, but instead of drinking some sort of alcoholic beverage, you can reach inside and you can pull out yourself a good deed. So if I got it in that one, I have to tell you a joke, which I don't have for the camera. The other games that we have, well, this one's on the App Store as well. It's a mindfulness-based game where you can just sort of take yourself out of the stresses every day. Focus on this little fella here, he's very cute, and just play away. And that, I don't know how it works specifically, but I know from experience it calms you down, calms you right down if you're stressed out. And the other one that we have over here is a game called Zen Sands, and anyone that wants to get that on the App Store, come over and play it. It's another really relaxing game you can do yourself. Trying to relate gamification to collaborative mental health care, I think that sort of stems from how games are accessible by everybody. It's not just a professional or service user.
Oh, sorry. I quit it. My fault. Okay, but
or a student like myself, that would will be involved in the development of these games, playing these games, using them in clinical practice. Everybody can contribute a piece to it. It's not anybody's area of expertise, and that's why I think it has such a universal, so many opportunities for use in future practice. That's all for me.
Thank you very much.
Okay. We have also had gamified activities after official hours. Here are a few pictures from our trip to Belgium, where we had amazing race as teams. We have collected reflections from our participants, and it looks like all our participants had really got new ideas how to use gamification and different kind of games to support their work within mental health field. And they got loads of ideas how to use gamification and games to support collaborative mental health work. Here is a link for our Strengo e-learning hub. So you can use that QR code, or you can take the webpage address. So you can find material, open e-learning material from there. There are the themes which are already developed, and the last one will be this working with complex mental health care in co-produced ways, and it will be ready next February. And maybe if I have time, I just quickly show how it looks like, the material. So here you can find, and we have loads of really nice lectures and e-learning packages over here, which have been developed by using also gamification. Okay. If you want to know more about gamification in mental health field, we have written some articles about it from the previous project called Get Involved by Gaming. And here is, if you can get this presentation, here are also some references about the games, what we already know about using games in mental health field, just a few of them. And I think that my time is there, so thank you very much.